can't take this personally. This is business.
When I started watching it, I didn't know anything about the Chippendales, and then I started researching, and whoa, this is an amazing world that we're getting in with this show. So the first thing I would like to know is how much did you know about this?
Not much. I knew the Chippendales as memories from watching them growing up. When I got the initial audition, I looked at the scenes, but the scenes weren't really related to Chippendales themselves. It was more character based. I knew a little bit of the story from the breakdown in the audition, but it was after that initial audition when I was prepping for the callback where I learned the real story and where I realized how bizarre.
Yeah, I know. And the first time we see your character, I think he looks like a really nice guy, like really even funny. But then he becomes to get darker and darker, especially when he comes closer to Steve. So I wanted to know, how was it for you to make this transition with your character?
It was delicious. I love it. I want to do it more. I think when you're someone who's built the way that I am, you have to sort of figure out how to navigate the business and explore. As actors, we all want to grow. We all want to play all kinds of people. And for me, Ray was very intentional. I sought him out. I didn't maybe know that I sought him out, but I realized in retrospect that there's evidence that I was seeking him out specifically.
Nowadays we got a lot of series or movies that are based on true stories or that tell the story of a real person. So I would like you to tell the people that are watching this interview, what are they going to find here in Chippendales that it's new, that it's refreshing?
Ooh, please watch Chippendales. We're giving you it's a great story. It's great acting. It's visually like really cool, that 70s, 80s vibe. It's also a story with love, sex, greed. You're gonna see hot stripping, but also like if you're not into the hot stripping, there's also this like super complex stories of like sort of these gangster moments too that are also happening. So I feel like there's a little something for everyone. There's also dark comedy in it. It's not all heavy and serious. So I think there's gonna be a little bit for everyone.
Yeah, the thing you're saying, that it has a little bit for everyone, and it really does, because when you start watching it, if you know nothing like I did, you say, oh, this is going this way, and then it changes, and then it changes again. How is it for you, not only as an actor but as the audience, to get to see a show that does this, that it changes chapter through chapter?
Um, it's great. It's super duper fun. It's also like kind of related to what you're saying, but it's also really nice as a brown man to play a messy character, to
Mm,
get to play someone who's not noble and not ideal, because there's this
yeah.
thing that happens to us, and even in me, in all my fairness, right? Like I still run into it where there's this thought in the back of your head at all times whenever you play someone villain like, where you say, oh, now everyone thinks that's what we do.
Mm.
And I think that's very stifling to actors. I think it's unfair because I think, for white folks, they don't have to think about that. You could play
Yeah.
a villain and get an Oscar. Uh, so for us, I think that's really cool, but especially when it comes to Kumail's character, because here is an immigrant man who he comes to this country with like dreams, with the desire to do better for himself. And he has the guts to do it, and he's making it happen. But there's this also weird illness that happens in
Mm,
America with an immoral capitalism
yeah.
that creeps up, and he's introduced to greed, and the greed makes him really hungry. And what started off as like a really pure, or maybe seemingly pure plan, um, is no longer pure, and
Yeah.
it gets dark really fast.
I know what you mean. And I know you have this theatrical background, that you made a lot of musicals. So I would like you to tell me, which musical would you turn into a Chippendales act?
Which movie would I change into a Chippendales act? act. I want to see You're in Town, the Chippendales show.